When we wake up in the morning, many of you just wake up. You don't even think to say, "Thank you, Lord. Thank you, God, for waking me up this morning." This is Chief O. Let's talk about it. This is why I call this Let's Talk About It. When you wake up in the morning, give thanks to God because it gives us another day to exercise whatever we can do to improve our lives, the nation where we live, and to our family. Thank you, Lord. This is Chief O. Let's talk about it. This is our Thursday morning show, 8 o'clock. God bless all of you. To all my brothers in the United States Armed Forces, all my sisters in the United States Armed Forces, I send my greetings to you. God bless you. God be with you. God stay with you wherever you are. This is Chief O for now. For all of you who know, this is Chief O. Stay safe, stay well, stay aware. We are the United States Army, United States Marines, United States Air Force, and the Coast Guard, and the United States Navy. God bless you. Veterans Day is coming. Yes. Sunday, Veterans Day. I got my U.S. Army outfit, and I'm ready to celebrate. And there are so many celebrations that are going on, and we need to be prepared for it. Uh, give thanks to God and country. So the primary, where is it? Where is my veterans problem? Hey, there is. Okay, Veterans Day Parade. There's a lot of Veterans Day Parade going on. And give thanks to a veteran, wherever you are. Good morning, good afternoon. Once again, my disclaimer. Whatever I say, whatever I do on this program is mine. If I take any information from anybody else, I will surely post it so that you can know that it's a source not mine, but from somebody else. So I feel good today. I went out this morning at 6 o'clock in the morning, talked to some parents who's got some children going to school. And yes, when I take a look at these little bitty little kids, 6, 7, 8 year olds. Yeah, they're little bitty kids. They're little humans, little people. I think something's about why, what is going on. But before I get to that, please say something to a veteran wherever you go. So I get this card every year that says, on behalf of the employees and volunteers throughout the VA Maryland healthcare system. That's what I would want to talk about. With the chairman of, or the director of the VA, said that he expressed his gratitude to our services in the United States Armed Forces. And we have defended this nation with commitment, courage, and duty from the American Revolution to the global wars on terrorism. And that's still going on. It has not stopped. And as you know, we veterans, we don't stop either. Or we're going to continue to protect these shores called the United States of America. And that is something that we've committed ourselves to, and we will continue it. As Army veteran, that's mine. I love the Marines too, but you guys are something else, man. Yes, you heard me. Whenever we meet, we definitely got something to talk about. The Marines sometimes they don't think, but that's the way they're trained. Jump, and they jump. They don't even look where they're jumping. At least we Army people, we assess we obey the command, but we assess first. Because you ain't asking me to jump in a volcano and say, and expect me to come back and tell you something. That's what we do, make our own assessment. Marines, something wrong with you guys. But you're my brothers, And every time that you're in trouble, we come and rescue you. That's what I said. You heard me. That's right. The Army, we come and rescue you. I'm always very thankful about the Air Force. Oh my God, these guys are awesome. They will hit it right on the spot where you tell them to hit it. Drop it right there, 10 feet away from me. And they will do that. So happy Veterans Day to so many veterans. You know, a lot of the homeless people are veterans. And for some odd reason, these corrupt governments just some seem to take a look and say, do something about it. And it's always been a problem for me. But anyway, we still have to wish them a happy Veterans Day, where they were out there. You know, when we veterans, we go to war, something happens to us. Nobody's can say that they don't think that something happened to us. Trauma is every minute, every second. We are in a traumatic environment and some kind of traumatic situation. It's not easy to be a veteran, and it's even harder after you serve. It's even much more difficult to reincorporate into the civilian environment. So we have to stay strong, stay vigilant, stay persistent as veterans, even at home. And I think that we have to come out more to do more for the society that we live in. We're not doing enough. We're simply not doing enough. A lot of soldiers are coming back from various wars. The United States gets itself involved in a lot of war. But we are not doing enough for the community that we're coming back to. But then I can't say that for everybody. I am a member of the American Legion. I am a member of the Veterans of Foreign War. I am a member of some other, another Disabled American Veterans. I'm a lifetime member. So, yes, I'm disabled. I'm a veteran. I paid my price. I did what I had to do, and I'm still here. All by the grace of God. Always never forget who is the master of all. That's correct. Never forget. So we get a listen. Thank you for allowing us to serve your health care needs and, frankly, wealth care needs too. That's right. The Department of Veterans Affairs, you're not doing enough for veterans. That's why there's so many veterans that are homeless, because their health care is not taken care of, and their wealth care. You owe us, buddy. You owe us. We did the work. I was 19 years old. 19 years old. Imagine your son being 19 years old in Vietnam. So, Veteran Day Parade is coming around. Veteran Day Parade in various cities. I hope that Baltimore have Veteran Day Parade here. And if they do, I hope they invite me. I will do my best to attend. I'll tell you a little story, just a small one. University of Baltimore, 1909, 1910, Memorial Day. Not one flag in the entire campus. Nowhere. Not even the big one. I took my own money, a little bit I have, bought flags, went around the campus, stuck the flags in the ground all over. And I went home. It was kind of a rainy day, but I did it anyway. No permit, I didn't ask anybody. I just stuck it in the ground because it was Memorial Day. And when the daylight came, I went back to the campus to see if my flags were still there. Yes, they were. But there was also a policeman in the corner of Mount Royal sitting there. And I said to myself, well, I guess I'm going to go to jail because they're trying to figure out who put all that flags around the campus without a permit. Mind you, I'm a law-abiding person. The day before, I did call the government of Baltimore City, and got the runaround. I don't know nothing about it. I ain't got no permit. I got nothing. We done never heard this and blah, 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 blah. And as a soldier, there's some blah, blahs, blah, blah, blahs I don't pay too much attention to. So I went on and put the flags on the ground. And I mean about 100 of them all over the campus. Oh, yeah, I was working, sticking them in. Some people were passing by. It was a night. It was dark. And people who were passing by, they were blowing horns. I don't know if they were blowing horns to me or at me or, whatever, but they were blowing horns. So in the morning when I got there was a policeman parked in Mount Royal, right in front of the statue of Poe. And I went to class. I saw him. I said, well, let me approach him because I think he's looking for the culprit. And that's what I thought I was. I went to him, and the police officer opened the door, asked me if he can help me. And I said, yes. And I told him that if you're looking for the person that put all these flags around the place, I don't want you to get anybody in trouble. It was me. I am responsible for it. Suddenly, it was a brother, got out the car. And, when Popo get out the car, he's either going to, something is about to rock. I don't know what it was coming. I didn't have no idea. But he opened the door and he came out. When he came out, he said, are you the one that put all these flags all around this campus? I said, yes, sir, I am. He said, did you have a permit? I said, no, sir. And I told him the story of calling the city government and all the runaround I got. He said, well, come with me. I've got something to show you. I was not going towards the cars because I thought I was going to go ahead on and, get clamped on and put in jail. No. The brother found a spot that was right on Mount Royal and Baltimore Avenue and said to me, you missed that spot over there. I said, oh. And my car was not that far parked. So parked from that Baltimore Avenue and Mount Royal. I went and got my flag and stuck it right in the spot that he mentioned. And he told me, thank you. He saluted me. And once he raised his salute, I saluted back. And he claimed and he told me that he was a veteran. That's a short story. And after that, I had to go to the president of the university, Bogomoni, and I asked him, I asked him point blank, the guy doesn't talk to any students, he doesn't talk to anybody. I said, excuse me, sir, why isn't there any flags? And he looked around and he saw all these flags all over the place. And he said it was an omission. Can you believe that? A university have completely omitted veterans, yet there were veteran students in that school. How you treat your veterans, it just doesn't make sense. I'm not blaming Bogomoni. I'm blaming his administrators and people underneath him. And he deserves a little blame too. That's right. Because even as a head of a university like Kirk Schmoke is now of University of Baltimore, he should be very much aware of what's going on if he really cares. But I think Kirk does. It's just that he had no military mentality. But there is a flag now, flagpole that is hoisting right in front of Edgar Allan Poe. And every morning it's expected that they will raise a flag or hoist it on that pole. If you ever wondered who got that done, hello, I'm the one. I take that responsibility too. Because I do believe that we as military and freedom fighters, we have an obligation to maintain and do what we do. So, Veterans Day, happy Veterans Day, my brothers. Enjoy yourself. It's our day. They only give us a day, but we got it all day, 365 days a year, no matter what anybody say. It's like Mother's Day. It's just like Mother's Day. You know, they give Mother's Day one day. Can you believe that? Mama is a mama every day of the leg. God bless you, mother. God bless you. I've lost mine, but God bless her soul. But, so let's go into another thing. I went into, well, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on. I went to an elementary school, and something that has always bothered me. And I just carefully selected about 20 parents. You know, I asked them if I could interview them about COVID-19 and their children. You know, you get the kind of answers. Is my face gonna be on the is my face gonna be on TV? I said no. But if you want, I don't mind. No. I don't want my face being on it. But what's your question? What do you think about your 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-year-old getting the vaccine shot? 20 parents of them were adamant. No. Zilch. No cutting, no explanation. No, I don't want my kids getting shot. No. And about 4 or 5 were in that borderline. I'm not sure. You know, I don't know if it's good. You know, parents are just not completely sure that that's exactly what they want for their children. One lady was really quite clear. What's going to happen to my child? And then she tried to explain to me that COVID-19 vaccine is like any other kind of vaccine. They give you a little shot and to see how your body reacts. And then, you know, that's like flu shot. They shoot flu into you. They shoot the virus into your system, your God-given system that is clean. And they just take a vaccine and they shoot it into your body. Well, that's a virus. They shoot it right into your body. What's it going to do? I don't know. How did they, you know, they just go ahead and these mad scientists, they go ahead, and they go ahead and just do it. So, yeah. And then there were some parents who said that if it's mandatory that they might do it. But I was happy to hear the majority of parents said no. They will not support it. They don't like the idea. So those who are in the political office, and I want to touch on that because I think that sometimes we don't look at it, we don't talk enough about it, and we need to talk about it. I used to be PTA president two terms. Oh my God. And we get to talk about it. And that's why this show is called Let's Talk About It. And I think parents need to talk more about it. This is your child. Not a politician that makes a statement. Not a politician that demands that that's what it has to be. And they tell you that it is because some mad scientist said that that's what it has to be. Otherwise, the entire population will die. Whoa, you'll be dead. You know. So then you get a guy like Governor Hogan, or you get a guy like Biden, who listens to one man. And that's one of the things that bothers me. You know, if there was some kind of a virus, I mean, I believe that there is a virus war going on between nations. Yeah, there are. There's wars comes in different forms. You know, fighting soldiers and there are viruses and there's all kinds of different kinds of ways of fighting war. Many countries use it against other countries and just annihilate and eliminate people. So, governor whose wife goes and buy a face mask, that's money making. Biden, who listens to somebody he barely knows, but claims to be a scientist, got all the documents to say he's a scientist. And the next thing you know, the manufacturers go ahead and manufacture this vaccine for the virus that you ain't got yet. You know, it's not in your system. But they say, well, we'd like to give it to you to protect you. Oh, these guys are weird. Whoa. You want to give me a shot of some virus in case you get the virus? And what if in case you don't? You just got yourself some free vaccine in your system. You know, and most people just don't know what's going to happen to their body. And of course, we're starting to see some reports now of people who got the vaccine shots. And after getting all that vaccine shot, they still got the virus. Where did they catch it from? You know, you got the virus, you got the vaccine in your system. Your system was working fine, fighting it okay. Then you get in contact with somebody with the virus. We don't know who. Could have been his wife. One kiss, boop, you got the virus. And they're still catching the virus. They've had this $3,000 shots, one arm. That's how much it costs, by the way. $3,000. And the other one, $6,000 protective vaccine, something that's supposed to protect you, and you still catch the damn germ or the virus. Some die, some don't. So anyway, it just seems like there's a lot of parents who seem not to want this COVID vaccine for their kids. And that, you know, we can call that what it is. Now, I went out to get coffee this morning. As I said, I got up early, you know. My producer wants me to get up early and get myself all ready. And I always do, because I'm an early bird anyway. But then I saw something that kind of caught my eyes. All right, we know that Veterans Day is here, and that means election is coming. Yes, sir. Get ready to vote for somebody. We know that the governor's election is coming. We know that there's election, a list of various candidates. Well, let's see. There's a list of all sorts of people that are running for election. And look at what I saw. Look at what I saw coming back home on a corner, very good corner. Some people just don't seem to know that, yes, election is coming. But Hogan is not running. He can't run. So this is what I saw. Take a look. I think my producer has it. But take a look. It was right in the corner. Very good corner. A lot of cars that go by. All right. We don't have it. Okay. If we do have it, it comes up, we'll continue talking. But some people think that the election is still, that Governor Hogan can run for re-election. And so they're going out there putting Hogan Rutherford posters out there. They need election judges in case you don't have any jobs. But it's going to be very difficult because COVID. So they're going to try to find a way. And Maryland is very good at one of the states that does the biggest thing that everybody know about. In most cases in Maryland, elections are, that's correct. You see it? Rigged. Yes, elections are rigged in Maryland. No doubt about it. Even if you're asleep, you can see the rigging. And I don't know how they're going to do it this time, but the brains behind the riggings of elections in Maryland, they'll be busy this time again. They'll be, they're going to bring in everybody who is involved in the electoral process. Excuse the back of my head. Anybody who's written books on it. Where's my girl? I think my book, I don't know where I put it, but it's somewhere here. But the rigging election is back. It's back, folks. So the 2022 gubernatorial primary is coming, and they need election judges. And they will send you an information sheet that really, if you've served before, they want you to serve again. And the Baltimore, for example, here in Baltimore City Board of Election is hopefully still looking for good people. And, with the virus and all gone, this is their stuff. They're already out there putting it out. Yeah, you see? So they want you to come and work and get that little $225 and after you stayed up 48 hours. And of course, you then feel like, oh, yes. And they give you a little pin that says, I voted. It's a civil duty. Rigged or not rigged, you don't care. You get your money. So there's a primary coming up. And apparently there are some dates for the for the election. So if you want to participate in it, you can do that. If you need some Christmas money, you can do that too. But it's here. So now there is something that kind of bothers me, and I'd like to talk about it with you. The thing about let's talk about it. I want you to call in, but sometimes I'll just go ahead and talk. You and your family talk about it. Did you hear what Chief O said about the election? Yeah. Then you and your family, you all talk about it in your own environment, in your own kitchen table, in your own living room. Not big head. Don't call me no names. But do talk about it at home with your children. Most of you are home now because of the COVID. But if you've gone to Sam's, ShopRite, have you gone to the store lately and seen the shelves empty and what's left, the price higher? Have you noticed it, or you have just not noticing what's going on? Now, the government sends you this little bonus money of, taking care of children, but you go to the store to buy some food, there is no food. Why not? Because a lot of ships are out there in the ocean and can't get into the shores. COVID, this COVID thing have just stopped the economy dead on its track. Joe Biden was here in Maryland yesterday. There was no fans out there saying, yeah. People are looking for why in the world the price of gas is now almost $4 a gallon. Wasn't like that just about a year ago, but he doesn't care. He doesn't care whether you're paying $10. I think in California it's $9 a gallon of gas. $9. Almost $10. So every $10 you get 1 gallon. Plus they have a limitation on how much gallons of gas you get. So where we're all that happy about that. So you see there's a lot of ships out there in the ocean that have not come in yet. and they just have not reached the shores, and there's not enough truck drivers. See, these people, when they really hurt this country badly, it shut down the economy. And after you shut down the economy, people's CDLs, that is commercial driver's license, expired. Motor vehicle closed. So you can't renew your CDL. You can see it now with school buses. A lot of CDLs are gone. So a lot of kids that even get a ride that used to get school bus rides to school, parents either have to take them, or the school buses that are picking up kids are crowded. Kids are standing in the aisle. Got to fight for a seat in school buses because the CDLs have expired. Well, my days, you saw Americans. Now you're seeing Bangladeshis and Patel Indians and every kind of people from all over the different parts of the world in sanctuary cities driving school buses, and you can't hardly speak English to them. So, the environment is changing an awful lot. They don't know how to talk to students that are in the bus. So one kid told me, "Oh, we got an Indian or Bangladesh or somebody. I don't know where he come from, but he don't understand and speak English." So when this political individuals shut down the country, the economy of the country, they really did a tremendous damage to this country. So now another thing that is coming up, when Biden was here yesterday or day before yesterday, he said that Baltimore is going to get this amount of money, all sorts of money that he's going to give to Baltimore. One of it is for electric cars. Yes, electric cars are here, and they're pushing out the gas guzzling cars. Of course, the price of electric cars are, you got to have some deep pockets to get that electric car. If you have that deep pocket, you can get it. If you do not have a deep pocket, that is a lot of money for you people that don't understand what deep pockets is. You have an electric car, it's going to cost you $70,000 up to $120,000. Yeah, because your car has no need for gas. You just charge it up in your house or on these stations that Biden now says he's giving Baltimore money to go ahead and construct at various locations. Let's see if that will be constructed in urban cities. We'll see. Because you know how that goes. Whoever grabs the most gets it. So the electric cars are here to stay. They're going to eventually push the gas guzzling cars out of the way. So it almost seems like the business people are trying to milk as much money from gas guzzling car users, you and me, and at the same time, because that electric stations, they may be the person that is using it, the price of the car is high, and they still have to pay to use that. What do they call it? Electric gas stations or charging stations. They call it charging stations. You know what I'm talking about. So the majority of you, I'm sure you don't have any electric cars, or do you? You got one? Oh, go ahead on. Good. God bless you. Buy one. Get into the new wave of electric cars. I hear that Japan have got one already designed that flies. Man, if it's here, I'll jump in it. The Jeffersons or the Jetsons. You remember the Jetsons? That's a cartoon. Many of you will not even know that. Many of you who should not know about it, you should be in school. So, those are some of the news that I want to talk about here, and I'm going to try my best to get into the Biafran news. Now, many of you don't give pay very much attention to what is going on in Africa, and I keep trying to bring that to you, and I think you need to. You remember Ethiopia? They used to talk about it awful lot in school. Yeah, Ethiopia. Haile Selassie. Yeah. Well, that country split up because of war. Political greeds. So in Ethiopia, there's a war. A war that is going on, and the country is back to war. It's split to Eritrea and Ethiopia. The country just split in two. They fought a war. The United Nations recognized both of them. And now they're back at war. In Africa itself, the entire continent. Now listen up, folks. You should be talking about it right there in your living room. You and Brother Joe, or Auntie and everybody, just talk about it. Do you know that there's a war going on over in Ethiopia? Somebody bring this up. What's going on? Go ahead and Google it. See what's happening. Sudan, war. Ethiopia, war. Nigeria, semi-war. So, can't say that to the heroes who have lost their lives already. For them, that was war. But bigger war is coming. No doubt about it. Eventually there's going to be a war there. You remember the one that took place in 1967 to 1970. 3 million people were killed. 3 million people, women and children. I showed you some videos about that. But in Nigeria, there's war. Sudan, Mali, if I'm not mistaken, there's about 6, 7 countries at war right now. People are dying every day. Black people, if I may say so, are losing their lives. War. And Korea and the United States are just waiting. Oh yeah, that little small guy in Korea, it got so bad that the governor gave him a town. Governor Hogan gave the Koreans a town right up on Route 40 in Howard County, Ellicott City. Put a big old sign there, Korean town. Well, I didn't, why didn't we have a black town? The Chinese, they come over here and they got Chinatown. Why come we ain't thinking smart like they are? Black town. Not because we occupy a particular geographical area like Baltimore City, or even in Detroit. These are cities, but it's not black Detroit. It's just places we occupied. It's not Atlanta, black Atlanta. I think they call it Black Anna or something similar to that. Close in thinking. New Orleans, you don't see any black cities over there. And it seems like every time that we have a black city, at least historically, there's somebody that comes to destroy it. So because the governor is married to a Korean, South Korean, well, man, that's a damn good husband. Done gave her a whole town. Yeah. Right here in Maryland. You didn't know? right up there in Route 40, Korean town, because they got businesses there. Hello. Yeah. Now, what happened in Biafra? Well, have you ever asked yourself a question? What is injustice? Injustice. What is? I'm going to go ahead and try to Google it. Justice versus injustice. What's the difference between the two? All right, let me tell you the story. Real quick. Because I think, people do want to know what's the difference between justice and injustice. The absence of justice is injustice. The violation of another person's rights is injustice. An unfair practice against an innocent person is injustice. Just not being fair is injustice. You punish somebody for something that they did not do is injustice. Well, in Biafra, a young man, you can stand in the corner. Long ago, folks, there used to be black people standing in various corners in New York City, and songs were made of it. There's a man on the corner. But that one was a guy who was begging for money, saying that he's going to bring fairness to everybody. It's almost the same thing. Check that song out. So injustice to this young man in a place called Biafra. And I keep telling you, please, and I'm going to continue to tell you until you get it upside your head that, there's not that much difference between injustice here in America and injustice there in Africa, on that continent called Africa. So this young man, his name is Nnamdi Kanu, was living in London. I mean, he's from Igbo, Biafra, indigenous people of Biafra. That is IBOP, indigenous people of Biafra. And the Igbos are the same. There's some Igbos that like to deny that they are Biafrans, but they are, because they like to get the crumbs off the table and live good. Anyway, so now the court, now you tell me if this is fair or not, sets a date to hear the case against him. When he gets to court with his lawyers, the attorneys for the state, that is the state of Nigeria, said, we're not ready yet. Your Honor, give us some more time to prepare our charges against him. But we are going to press a charge on him. We just don't know what it is going to be, how it's going to be. We're just going to go ahead and arrest him and put him in a jail. Justice or injustice? So they put him in jail. And when they put him in jail, they kept him in jail. So the judge said, okay, all right, look, you're not ready yet to bring the charges against him, I will give you another some extra days. That was in November 2nd, and she gave him 8 days, 1 week and 1 day. November 10th. Today is November 11th. Yesterday, November 10th, here's what happened. When the young man was taken to court to hear the charges against him, the police, military, junta, Islamic folks, rulers of the country, given to them by the colonial master, blocked the room, the courtroom, blocked it, locked it down. So now it's just the judge and the young man being charged. His lawyers were not allowed to come in the courtroom. Justice or injustice? And those are the questions you would like to know, and you should ask if it happened here. And it has happened here. It does happen here. Is that justice or injustice? So now they leave his representatives that is constitutionally mandated that you have the right to an attorney. Isn't that what they say to us all the time? You have the right to an attorney. So they kept his lawyers out of the court, locked them out. Now the kids come before the judge. The young man, Nnamdi Kanu, is not a kid, he's a grown man, a freedom fighter, strong young man. Goes to inside the court. We have no idea what the judge said. But then all of a sudden, they postponed the hearing again and moved it to January 19th. Justice or injustice? Is that fair or unfair? Talk about that. At your home, you got children in this country, here in America, and everything happens. It's happening there, it's happening here. You need to talk about it to know what you should do. Some of these judges, all appointed, and some of them you elect. And once you get them elected, that's what they do to you. That's what they say to you. I'm not going to give you the rest of them. You figure it out. But is that fair? Is that justice or injustice? And if right about now, we believe seriously it was an injustice. I personally believe it's injustice because the court promised, and he told the state, whether you're ready or you're not ready, on the 10th, I want to hear the charges. But there was no charges levied. So what did they do? They took the young man back into jail and kept him there. And that's where he's going to spend Christmas, and that's where he's going to spend New Year's. Justice or injustice in Biafra, Biafra land, Igbo people. Oh, there was a lot of expectation that the man would be freed. He ain't did nothing. And if he didn't do anything, are the charges they're going to keep him in jail worthy of keeping him in jail? We will never know because they never said what the charges are. I mean, they threw some media personalities, threw out a whole bunch of other, the charges on their own, what they think it is. And some government official just, throw it out, but it didn't come from the court. Justice or injustice? Should Nnamdi Kanu be freed? Yes, he should be. My brothers and my sisters, we need to continue to talk about these issues that affect our lives. Election is coming up. Who you going to charge? Who you going to elect? Vaccine shots are being mandated. Are you going to put your child's in danger, your child's life at risk? It's at risk. No matter what how they twist it or how they turn it, it's at risk. It's a 5-year-old little baby with arms about as big as my finger. Make it 2 fingers. It's at risk. So I'm getting ready to close. We got charging stations for electric cars coming up. I think my son was involved in getting that happen. He's always ahead of time, ahead of everybody, way ahead of. He did that when he was playing football. They called him Amtrak. That was in New Brunswick years ago. My dear brothers, my dear veterans, my dear sisters in the veterans who are serving America, serving today, serving yesterday, and will serve tomorrow. Happy Veterans Day. By golly, spend some time with the family. I sure appreciate what you have done. We all thank you for your service. We ask God to please continue to bless you and your family. Everybody else here. But veterans who put on their uniforms, armored cars, and arm themselves to go to defend this country, they deserve a special thank you from the heart. What I would like my producer to do is end this program with the veteran songs that we opened it up with. Can you do that, my brother? Honorable veteran, honorable brother. This is Chief O on Let's Talk About It. We've come to the conclusion of this day, 11/11/2021. Until we meet again, stay blessed, stay sharp, and remember, keep the family intact. God bless you. Thank you very much.
Shout, counter marching all about, and those big songs go rolling along. For it's high, high in the field artillery. Count out the numbers on its count. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And wherever you go, you will always know that those big songs go rolling along. shores